Bata, shatabaku, wati hoda, satambacchiado. Poto, satatakapata, ho ho. Papati, pusaladiba, wa wa wa. Okay, I'm done. All right. I can quit goofing off now. Well, not likely, but nonetheless. Okay, so Grimjahk here. Thank you again for coming back and joining me in my Agrarian Skies 2 Let's Play series. And I've been busy. My tree went away. It kind of like was in the way, so I uprooted it, chopped it up into little bitty bits. And as you can see, I sort of have a plan over there. I'm not doing anything about that this episode. I did, let's see, what else did I do? I did a couple of things. You know what this is, and if you don't, it will be a surprise. And you know where it is. It is directly over my mob spawner. And underneath here is going to be a well of suffering, which will make things a little bit interesting. Let's see. But what I am doing today, if you notice back here, I seem to have gotten some more runes done. So I have been working on runes because I have a goal. My short-term goal right now is wings. I want wings. I decided that I want wings, so I'm going to get wings. Now, I can either go crawl through the nether, and obviously I'm not getting wither skeleton skulls here. So I could go crawl through the nether and do that. That is slow and painful and something I really don't enjoy. Or I can do something else. And you know me. At least some of you know me. Well, maybe one of you does. Well, let me just tell you. I like to find an easier way to do things. I'm really lazy. I don't like doing super long, dragged out grinds. I do them if they're necessary, but I don't enjoy it. So what that means is, what are you gonna do, Grimjahk? If you don't like that and you want your wings, how are you gonna manage it? Well, the reason I did Botania all the way to the Elfheim portal is a wonderful little thing in the Lexica Botania and in the game called the Loonium. Now, the Looni is a treasure-generating flora. And what it does is I can come in here and we're going to make a Looni. And it takes a lot of stuff to do it. Rune of Envy, Rune of Gluttony, Rune of Sloth. Those are tier 3 runes. Now, once you've got your system down where you can make runes, it's easy to get to them, except some of the second tier runes kind of suck. I didn't do them on camera, but I'm going to show them to you right now. And those are spring, summer, autumn, and fall. Spring requires wheat and saplings. Not too painful. Rune of fire, rune of water, no big deal. Summer requires a melon, ick, which I didn't have until recently, slime balls, which I was doing kind of okay on because I got my trees, sand, and earth and air. Well, melons, I decided that I needed to get them actually producing. So I did a little bit of grinding on them, and I have some 544, and then just a bunch of other seeds that filled in. So by doing that, I am now generating some melons. And my flintmatic is worn out, and I'm really not carrying a whole lot at the moment, so I'm not going to worry about it. So that's for the summer. Now, for the rune of autumn, you need spider eye and leaves. Well, leaves were easy because all I had to do was throw the switch on this and say, hey, give me leaves instead. And so it gave me a couple stacks. I also finally got around to turning off the small mushrooms because, yeah, I'm set. I don't need any more mushrooms, so I don't even need it hauling them in. But I still have my the witch water being converted is, yeah, here I am going off on random tangents again. The witch water being converted in less than full buckets is a bug. Jaded Cat is trying to fix that right now. So back to what we were at before. Runes. The rune of winter, the rune of autumn is not at all painful. Rune of winter is a pain in the tuchus. You need cake per rune. You need snow per rune. So the wool is easy, the cake is not so much. So I went and made myself a little stone farmer over here. And the stone farmer, I gave it several upgrades, so it's got a 33 range. And I also threw in the milking upgrade. So I can throw in 7 buckets, and it's going to sit there and collect the milk, and it will just keep generating them every 40 ticks or whatever, 2 seconds, something like that. And if I put in more than that, it'll just start spitting them out on the ground. So I'll go ahead and just grab these and throw them in the AE system. And so I made a bunch of cake, and for the snow I needed a glacial precipitator. And the glacial precipitator used to, if you would give it 1 bucket of water, give you an unlimited set of snowballs. I thought. I may be misremembering, but right now 1 bucket of water gives you your choice of 4 snowballs, a block of snow, or a block of ice. That's it. It goes through a lot of water. So I basically went and grabbed a couple buckets and did my thing. And why are you misbehaving? You shouldn't be misbehaving. Are you full of stuff? No, you're working. Okay. So those are the tier 2 runes. The tier 2 runes are mostly just annoying, except for the rune of winter. Oh, and the other thing that I did was I made myself a redstone exchanger. Let me finish with the runes, and then I will get back to the redstone exchanger. I am going to try to stay a little more focused and a little less scattered. Now, if you'll notice, there are 3 runes. There are a total of 7 deadly sins. But if we look at the runes again, you'll see that there is an even 4, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. That's because this one right here is the rune of mana. And that is just lots of mana steel and a mana pearl. That is probably the easiest one to make of all of them because it's, 2 ingredients. Now we get back to the fact that there are other, the rune of envy, which is a requirement, requires a rune of water and a rune of winter. So a tier 3 will require a tier 2 and a tier 1. Wrath is another one that I need. Again, a tier 2 and a tier 1. And then the last one, the rune of gluttony that I need for the Loonium, is right there, and that is, again, a rune of winter and a rune of fire. So tier 2, tier 1, and lots and lots of mana diamonds. However, while the tier 2 runes only net you 1 rune, the tier 3 runes with the diamonds do give you 2. So with the Loonium, however, you never need more than 1. Frankly, you cannot generate enough mana. Well, that's not intended as a challenge. You generally don't generate enough mana to keep 1 fully functioning Loonium farm running, let alone 2. So that's just something to be aware of. So let's look at the Loonium again, because that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to make my Loonium farm, and I'm going to probably run it directly off of my main source down below. 2 green mana, a gray, and a gray mana, a redstone, and a pixie dust. The pixie dust is why I went to the Alfheim portal so quickly, just because I knew I was going to need it. Then I just got distracted on the tower and got distracted on all the other stuff. And you know the rest. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5? 6? 4. And gray. So put that back. 1, 2, 3, 4. And some gray. 1, 2. And let's come over here and go 1, 2. Hello. 1, 2. And 1. There we go. So that covers. Boop. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3. A redstone root, which I also made some of. I changed out the chest that was over here because I kept. I completely ran out of room because I keep running tablets through here, because I know that once I start running my Loonium farm. Now, the Loonium is an active production flora. So you can throw a switch on it to turn it off, and that will be something that I do. I'm also going to make a hopper hawk. So I'm going to put the 2 of those together with a very large chest. I'm probably going to actually make 3 of these compact chests and do a string along like I did with the drops from the mob farm, which I currently have turned off. Because again, it backed up, and what I do once it backs up is I grab the ones that I really want to keep. Some of these are actually pretty interesting. Some of them are just a little silly. For example, if your feather falling 4 doesn't work, there is a feather falling 3 to back it up. What? So mostly I'm saving them because, like these Chargers helmets, I'm actually looking forward to trying to make some more magical wood with these and see how many I get. I'm guessing I might get something in the vicinity of 12 or 13. When you have 5 different enchantments, most of them at, higher levels, Unbreaking 3, Fire Protection 4, Projectile, yeah, that's going to make a lot of magical wood. So I'm going to have a couple large chests, maybe 3 over here on the Loonium farm, so that I can ignore it and let it run. So let's do this. I have my bucket. Oh yeah, and my redstone exchanger. The redstone exchanger is the tech version of the Wand of Equal Trade, and it requires a tesseract, which I already had one. Redstone flux capacitor is just a series of 4 constructions, and the Eye of Ender, which is easy, and some Electrum, which I already had. And I also needed to make a energetic infuser, which is now in line over here, and I ran some power over here. So I'm not really running off of these solar and this anymore. I'm actually running it correctly, and I've got the energetic infuser, which is now going to drain that completely, which is good enough for me. And I'm using that as my exchange method over on the, and I'll probably upgrade this to the big one, but I'm using this as the exchange method for my materials. And let's go ahead and grab one of you. Oops, I only need one of you. And you basically sneak and click, and you'll see up in the upper left hand corner it shows the wood and radius 3, which means that first of all, it's saying that I have 52 of that item in stock, or in my inventory, and again, if I switch over to that, I've got 64 of that, and all I have to do is right click again and it exchanges it all out. Oh, whoops. Okay, it's based on the surface that you select on that it spreads out from. Usually I can do this in 3. I derped. All right, and let's go ahead and get rid of those. And get rid of that and that. And okay, so I have everything that I need. I'm moving you. I'm moving you. Moving you. So we have 2 and 2 and 1 and 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4. And I need, what else? I think I need, oh, and I need the redstone root. And I need a seed. That's not going to do me any good. That'll work though. Put that in there. And let's start putting them in. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And grab you. And you. If it's got a redstone root in it, that means you can throw a switch on it. Do that, and boom! We now have the be-all, end-all of... yeah, I say that because I'm not all that good with Botania, but this is what we get to do with it. Now, oh, I also need to make a hopper hawk, so let's make one of those while I'm here as well. Hopper hawk. Dun, 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 dun. Another gray, a light gray, a rune of air, and a redstone root. So you, and let's get the one that's actually got water in it. There we go. We need 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2, and they tell 2 friends. And they tell 2 friends. And then we come over here and we get you. And we get you. And I think that covers it. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rune of air is the one that I'm missing. And I can get rid of those. And move you out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rune of air. Okay. So, we do that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the seeds. That's 7 items and a hopper hawk. There we go. Now, right now, the floating flora does not work because for some reason you can't do... It shows it here, but the combine doesn't work. So if I were to, I don't think I don't have any, you know what, I'm going to run over there and check. Actually, I'm going to sleep now that it's dark enough to turn off this rain. I also made some adjustments to the sound. I should be sounding a little louder and a little clearer now when I'm recording. And the game should be at a better level so that at least the game isn't overriding me, but you can still hear the normal sounds. Let's see what we got here. You, I do have those 2. And I got all of that. Look at all the cows. Moo. Hey, Bob, how you doing? Oh, good job, Bob. Keep it up. All right, so let's try the let's try making the glimmering flowers and see if we can make the floating, but I have a feeling that it's broken at the moment. So it's my grass. 1, 2. Not you kids, get off of my yard. What? What does that have to do with anything? I don't know. Just me being random. Okay. Okay, that gets me 1 and 2. Gets me those. And I also need 2 dirt. And, whoops. Where'd my dirt go? Ruh-roh. Okay, I got 2 dirt, but that's not what I was concerned about. Where did it go? I had some. Whoops, wrong one. Definitely wrong one. Let's go back over here. Alrighty then. Now we'll go back to floating. Floaty. Here we go. Flour, pasture seed, dirt. Let's see if it works. Okay, flour, pasture seed, and dirt. And nope, it's broken. It's broken right now, and it's not important enough for me to cheat it in at the moment. It is going to be fixed, and I can fix it later. Okay, as you see, I made lots of cakes, and I made lots of snow. I was just plugging away. You know what? I'm wondering. It says mana pump, but I don't know if that mana pump... You know what? I could probably do something really, really groundbreaking and bizarre, and that's called RTFM. Read the freaking manual. Let's see what the mana pump does. I honestly don't know. And it's not even in there. Okay, I give up. That was fun. Yes, I don't plan this stuff out ahead of time. I was wondering if the mana pump was possibly a way to get water into the Petal Apothecary, and it would kind of make sense, but if I put it there, you know, I would think that it's specifically for moving mana as a liquid form somewhere, but who knows? If you know, go ahead and tell me down below, or send me an email, or hire a skywriter. I don't care. Whatever works for you. And we got that. So, I have my... First things first, turn off that. And let's come over here. Now, the... you do that. And let's see. My Looni-loot farm that I ran in regrowth ran off of 12. And this happens to also be 12. So this will generate more than enough mana to do this task. Now, the challenge was the range. I think I was 3 away. And I also need... The Hopper Hawk is going to potentially try and steal all of the charcoal. So I have to be careful about that because it's already going to be within range of the two. This is where you want to have the floating flower because it helps to have one on top of the other. But I think I was 4 away and in the 5th position. So I think I can get away with putting it right here. And if that's the case, yeah, let's try it. Let's do that. Are you getting any juice? Are you glowing at all? Am I too far away? I think I am too far away. So it's not glowing at all. It's not being happy like I would expect it to be. So let's take you, pick you up, and put you there, and then put you right there. Now are you going to do it? I need to get some redstone, because these guys are just taking it and dumping it upstairs. Well, those will back up upstairs. So once that backs up upstairs, then it will definitely have mana sitting around. So this is currently only half full. Kind of expected you to be a little further along. You're getting... Oh, yeah, you're pulling. Okay, so you can pull there. Good. Now let's move you back over here and see if you can pull. Yeah, you're pulling from there. Okay, so if you notice, it had just the little tiniest of line. Oh, yeah, it is pulling mana. Good. Okay. So now, that being said, I need to take a pair of... Well, this is going to be immediately going to grab... there's supposed to be a way to filter... all right, let's... I'm stumbling about here, and I apologize for that. Tell you what, I'll be right back. I'm going to make my chests, make my filters, and get this thing set up. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Okay, so what we got? It's already set up. It's already working. I had a little bit of a struggle getting the Hopper Hawk to not pick up charcoal. And so I did the normal research and realized that I was a doofus, as usual. And I was sitting here beating furiously on the Hopper Hawk with my wand in bind mode, so it wasn't working. It took me a little while to figure it out. But function mode, you shift right click on it to determine what the Hopper Hawk treats the frame as. So it right now it's set up as a blacklist, but you basically only pick up items in the frame or pick up items not in the frame. So currently I have it blacklisted to this frame, which is the charcoal. So now it is no longer picking up charcoal. It did manage to pick up 21 of them before I figured it out. And we are already being productive. The mundane lengthening catalyst is the very first item. And as this fills up and I decide what I want to filter one direction or the other, I will do so. Some of those items I will also probably continue to filter straight out into trash. You will get other things such as Lexica Botania. You will get the Thaumonomicon. You will get horse armor. You will get... Oh, I get some more stuff. Ooh, Ender's Lily Seeds. Yes. Okay, so that gets us again in the right direction. So it is working. It is doing what it's supposed to do. And if I take the... And it is still sending mana upstairs even though it is pulling it out of here. So this is just awesome. And we have achieved Nerdvana. Yeah. Okay, so this is almost full. And when this fills up, that Looni is just going to feast. It is going to suck up all of the extra mana that our system is producing. And let's see, how am I doing over here? I've got plenty of living rock and plenty of living wood. So I am going to... Living wood is the one that's low, so I'll go ahead and grab another stack of that. And boom. And originally when I had put these logs down, I'd put them down sideways. And what happens is it... let me show you this. By doing it this way, if you right-click on a sideways log, it looks through your inventory for sideways logs. So it says, hey, you've got none in inventory, so it's not going to swap them out in any way, shape, or form. And it's all because of the orientation of the block. Go figure. But I can do this. Whoops. I can do this and then do that, and that will clean that up. But that doesn't really do me any good either. Okay, then. That was absolutely useless. Okay, so let's do... Now, it has a radius of 3, so there. Ta-da. And there. And there. And so I will get more magical wood out of that. And do that. Okay. So we have reached the wrapping up point. We have a Looni-loot farm that is going to generate stuff. And we are already getting ender lily seeds, which is awesome. Except, you know what? Ender lily seeds are right now the only thing they're useful to me for is an ender generator, because as you can see, I have I've got 1,000 ender pearls already. And that's a combination of this. Matter of fact, actually I think it's mostly this, because I did run enderman in my grinder for a little while, but that was pretty much it. I did see on the forums that somebody is having a challenge around quicksilver drops. He needs a lot of them, and so he's doing thaumaturgy. He's doing Thaumanomicon stuff, and that's something he needs a lot of. So I figure I'm going to be needing it too. So now I'm just going to be aware of how many I've got and start hoarding them. So that being said, the Looni-loot farm is done. I am not doing this yet. I was just mapping it out, making sure, you know what, I may end up doing it. I don't know. But for right now, that was my short-term goal. I want to get, it's really going to depend on one thing. The one thing I want to see right now, and I may even, I'm right now 6 episodes ahead, I think. I've got episodes recorded up through next week. So I may just be patient and wait for my division sigil, because that is my next goal. I want the division sigil so that I can take one of these evil little sheep and sacrifice it at midnight on a field of grass, so that I can activate my division sigil and get myself some unstable nuggets, because I'm not good with the semi-stable nuggets, and because I'm just not good with the doing stuff quickly without blowing up. So I'll go through a lot of diamonds and gold nuggets doing this, but I want to get my wings, because being able to fly through this map is pretty useful. All right, again, as usual, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for coming by. Likes, dislikes, comments below, and have yourself a fantastic day. And thank you for watching, and goodbye.